the Comcast Business Complete Connectivity Solution. It checks all the boxes. With cyber threat security, the largest, fastest, reliable network for small business, and save up to 75% a year with Comcast Business Mobile. All from the company powered by the next generation 10G network. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary. Mobile Savings compares pricing of top 3 carriers. Comcast Business Internet required.
This is Optimal Finance Daily, episode 2286. 4 Smart Ways to Use Your Tax Refund by Kumiko of thebudgetmom.com. And I'm your host and personal finance enthusiast, Diana Merriam. Thanks so much for joining me once again here on Optimal Finance Daily. This is the show where I narrate for you every single day from some of the best articles on the web when it comes to money and finance. Now, without further ado, let's get right to today's post as we optimize your life. 4 Smart Ways to Use Your Tax Refund by Kumiko of thebudgetmom.com. 'Tis the season. Depending on your situation, you probably either love tax time or you dread it like that horrible English report you had to read in front of the class in 11th grade. The way you feel about tax season generally comes down to one important factor. Are you getting a tax refund? If you expect to receive a refund from the IRS, tax time is exciting. You may already be thinking about all the fun ways you can spend the money. But I encourage you to take a step back. A tax refund isn't free money, so you shouldn't treat it that way. It's money you already worked hard to earn and overpaid to the IRS. I'm in no way an accountant. Still, I've learned some tips over the years that might help you. How tax refunds work. Before we get into what you should do with your tax refund, it helps to understand how the tax system works. In the United States, taxes are pay as you go. Your employer withholds your estimated taxes out of your earnings and sends the funds to the IRS throughout the year. The amount your employer withholds from your paychecks is based on the number of dependents you claim on your W-4 form. When you enter a higher number of dependents on your W-4, fewer taxes are withheld from your paychecks. Your take-home pay is higher, but the IRS receives less. When you enter fewer dependents on your W-4, your employer withholds more money out of each paycheck. Your take-home pay is lower, and the IRS receives more. People who claim 0 exemptions often end up with a refund at the end of the year. You'll find out your final tax liability to the IRS the following year when you fill out your tax return. Your tax return helps you calculate the taxes you owe, minus deductions and credits, minus the money you've already prepaid to the IRS out of your paychecks. If you paid too much throughout the year, a tax refund is heading your way. If you paid too little, you'll owe a tax bill and possibly a penalty. You can file your refund on your own, or you can pay a tax professional to file your taxes for you. Personally, I like to use a licensed CPA to file my taxes. Even though I could do it myself, I don't know all of the rules and regulations to get the best results possible. Make a plan. If your tax return shows that the IRS owes a refund, you'll probably breathe a sigh of relief. Owing money to the IRS can be stressful. Everyone's situation is different, but tax refunds often total several $1,000s. In 2019, the average tax refund was over $2,800. The best way to avoid wasting your refund on something you'll regret is to make a plan. You need to figure out the best way to use this influx of money before the deposit hits your bank account. Otherwise, the money can slip through your fingers quickly, and you'll kick yourself later. Smart ways to use your tax refund. Need some inspiration? Here are 4 smart ways you can spend your tax refund if you're expecting one. Number 1, pay down high-interest debt. If you have lingering debt, I suggest this is your first priority. Pay off those high-interest balances and wipe the slate clean if you can. Not only will this move save you money on interest fees, but it might also improve your credit score. Number 2, contribute to savings goals. Your tax refund gives you the perfect opportunity to pad your savings account. It's a great time to accomplish the 6-month rule with your emergency fund. You can open a Citibank Savings Builder account for just $100 a month to get a high interest rate. 6 months might seem like a lot. You might say to yourself, there's no way I can build up a full 6-month emergency fund. So if I can't save it all, why try? But a little savings is better than no savings. Even if you only save a little, you might have enough to cover minor emergency setbacks, like needing a new tire or a new washer and dryer. Number 3, invest in yourself. If you want to start a new business or advance in your career, investing in yourself can pay off. You might invest part of your refund in a new training course or certification. Perhaps you'll launch a new website for your side hustle or attend a conference to connect with and learn from successful entrepreneurs. When you invest in yourself wisely, it could pay off for years to come. And number 4, think about the future. A refund check can also give you a chance to put money away for retirement. Whether your tax refund is big enough to max out your Roth IRA or just put away a little more for retirement, every dollar helps. Even if you don't have a lot to invest, compound interest can make up for that, believe me. Do you have young children? Starting or growing a college savings fund, getting term life insurance, or investing a little money with Acorns are great ways to spend your tax refund. Trust me, you'll be glad you made this choice when your child calls to tell you the tuition bill amount for their first semester of college. The bottom line. Remember, a tax refund isn't free money. It's money you already earned but didn't get to spend throughout the year. Now, instead of incorporating those funds into your monthly budget plan, you get to choose how to spend a lump sum of your hard-earned money at once. Did you feel like your refund was too large this year? Was it too small? Are you unhappy with the amount of tax money withheld from your paychecks? There are a lot of different opinions and feelings about this subject. Some people prefer to receive as much money as they can throughout the year and keep their refund close to zero. Personally, I think owing the IRS and having a tax bill is stressful. I'd rather pay more money throughout the year to avoid that possibility as much as possible. In the end, you have to choose the approach that's right for you. If you need help figuring out the perfect number of dependents to claim, or you need answers to other personal tax questions, talk to a tax professional you trust for advice on your individual situation. You just listened to the post titled 4 Smart Ways to Use Your Tax Refund by Kumiko of thebudgetmom.com.
This message is provided by Boehringer Ingelheim. Idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, or IPF, is one of the more common forms of progressive fibrosing interstitial lung diseases, with symptoms including breathlessness during activity, a dry and persistent cough, chest discomfort, fatigue, and weakness. There are more than 200 lung disorders that can lead to pulmonary fibrosis, an irreversible scarring of lungs that can negatively impact lung function, quality of life, and may become life-threatening. While approved treatments for people living with these diseases can help slow disease progression, new therapies are needed to help potentially stop progression. Fortunately, there is new research underway to assess the safety and efficacy of an investigational treatment in patients with IPF and other progressive ILDs. This is part of Boehringer Ingelheim's Phase 3 Global F.I.R.E program. To learn more about F.I.R.E and eligibility requirements, visit F.I.R.E-ipf.longboat.com and F.I.R.E-ild.longboat.com.
It's springtime, the sun is coming out, and that means you're going to want as much time and energy as possible to enjoy the outdoors. Introducing our sponsor, F.I.R.E. F.I.R.E is America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit and can help you fuel up fast with ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. You'll save time, eat well, and tackle everything on your to-do list. With F.I.R.E, skip the trip to the grocery store and skip the chopping, prepping, and cleaning up too. F.I.R.E's fresh, never frozen meals are ready in just 2 minutes, so all you have to do is heat and enjoy. And with over 34 chef-prepared, dietitian-approved weekly options, they have meals to fit any diet or lifestyle, including keto, vegan, and veggie, protein plus, and calorie smart, which have around or less than 550 calories per serving. Head to factormeals.com/OFD50 and use code OFD50 to get 50% off your first box. That's code OFD50 at factormeals.com/OFD50 to get 50% off your first box. I think a good rule of thumb would be to treat any unexpected money the same as you would treat money you're expecting, and use it to just speed up the timeline on your current financial goals. Any windfall, whether it be from a tax return, an inheritance, or winning the lottery, can be grouped with the money you're saving and investing or using to pay off debt. And this money should follow an order of operations based on where you are financially. So for example, you could pay off high-interest debt, set up your emergency fund, fully fund your retirement vehicles, and then use the rest to invest in a business, real estate, savings for a primary residence, or simply throw it into an after-tax brokerage. When you have a current financial plan with a clear order of operations, a windfall can simply expedite the plan. It'll be tempting to spend the windfall on fun stuff, but in my experience, reaching financial milestones is crazy fun. I've come to learn that money is only as valuable as your clarity on how you'll use it and your comfort level of how much is enough. A financial order of operations can help a ton with clarity and can keep you focused when you're tempted to spend that tax return in a way that doesn't serve your larger goals. And that'll do it for another edition of Optimal Finance Daily. Thank you so much for joining today and every day. And I look forward to being with you here again tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.